Start the clock, because an hour of unbelievable stories begins right now.
From the heart of Hollywood, Ripley's Believe It or Not brings you tonight's unbelievable event.
Hello, I'm Kelly Packard, and tonight we are outside the Ripley's Museum located in the middle of world-famous Hollywood Boulevard. The street has been closed down, and hundreds of die-hard fans are out here to share an exciting evening ahead and to see something unbelievable. Tonight, we will meet a man who believes that he can bend steel. Actually, for the first time, he's going to attempt to bend not one, but 2 pieces of industrial-grade rebar. Now, let's meet the man who believes he can bend these steel bars. This is Donald Hamby, an MRI technologist who has studied martial arts for 30 years. Hello, Donald.
Hi, Kelly.
You're an awfully big man, I must say. How big are you?
Oh, about 270.
Wow, and you've got to be, what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah, about around that, yes, about 6'4".
Okay, well, I understand that you're actually not going to use your hands to bend this bar, are you?
No, I am not.
What are you going to use?
Well, I'm going to use my throat.
That sounds awfully dangerous. I mean, there's some major arteries in there, and that's the most vulnerable spot on your body. How are you going to do this?
Well, why don't I give you a demonstration? Why don't we see if someone in the audience can bend one of these
Okay,
rebars.
we're going to have a little demonstration here. Yeah, because I'm finding this hard to believe. Wow.
See.
Okay. Who do you think?
Oh,
Should we
we'll
have
try
this
this
guy?
gentleman here.
Okay, let's see. Let's give it your best shot. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, but it doesn't bend. Okay, all right. I understand that you need a minute to meditate, and I'm going to give you that minute. And in the meantime, I'm going to go talk to a paramedic that's standing by, and I'm going to have him tell me the real dangers behind this.
Great.
You can do this, right?
Trust me.
All right. Okay. Okay. You got to tell me about the dangers here. What are they?
Well, they could be pretty significant. It's a very vulnerable spot right there in your neck. There's obviously several major veins. If it punctures, he could literally bleed to death in less than 30 seconds.
Wow, I can't believe he's doing this. Donald, whenever you're ready, we're ready, okay?
Okay, we're ready.
Oh my gosh, here it goes. Look at, he's so intense, he's meditating here. Oh my gosh! Donald, you did it! Oh wow, is he okay? He's fine.
Perfect.
Donald, you did it! That was so incredible! Look, not even a mark. How come it didn't puncture your neck? I'm just amazed here.
That's my secret.
Oh, that's your secret. You saw it, I saw it with my own eyes and only on Ripley's.
Tonight on Ripley's. This surgeon has performed countless successful liposuction procedures, but this one's different. See what happens when the good doctor tries to suck the fat out of himself. 15-year-old Ashley Cowan is attempting to swim 12 miles in ice-cold water. And that's especially difficult, considering Ashley's missing half her arms and legs. Don't miss Ripley's most amazing challenge to date. While most 2-year-olds are busy coloring, this amazing half pint is ready for the half pipe. Ripley's introduces the world's youngest skateboarder. Plus, the dog lapping up lots of attention with his long tongue tricks in tonight's Unbelievable Animals. Watch this woman turn a belly into a basketball before your very eyes. And forget hip huggers. Ripley's reveals the fashion trend hitting an all-time low. Only on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Previously, Ripley's brought you a dentist who performed a root canal on herself. Well, if you thought she was amazing, Wait till you see this next guy. His specialty is liposuction. Now, please be advised, some of the graphic images you're about to see may not be for the squeamish.
When most people decide to improve their looks, they have to search all over to find a cosmetic surgeon they trust. But not this man, because he is a plastic surgeon. And believe it or not, for the very first time, he'll attempt to perform liposuction on himself. Dmitry Panfilov is a family man who lives in Bonn, Germany. A licensed plastic surgeon since 1980, Dmitry currently runs his own private clinic. He has even written a book on the subject called Surgery for Beauty. But it was during a patient consultation that Dr. Panfilov was inspired to try something truly shocking: self-liposuction.
He asked me why I haven't done such a surgery on myself.
But even with over 20 years of experience under his belt, the question still remained. Would a doctor be able to perform this dangerous procedure on himself? One wrong move could result in excessive bleeding or irreparable damage to facial nerves. He could even puncture his airway or thyroid gland. But despite all of the risks, Dmitry decides to go forward with the surgery. A nurse is there as an assistant, and she begins by thoroughly cleaning the area. Next, Dmitry applies a local anesthetic. Then he carefully makes 3 small incisions behind both earlobes and just below the chin. Now, standing in front of a small mirror, Dmitry makes the first insertion under his chin. In a series of rapid movements, Dr. Panfilov extracts fluid and fat.
The real good movement by liposuction is like a violinist playing his violin.
He starts by sucking the fat from his lower chin and then moves to the area behind both earlobes, being very careful to avoid damaging any nerves.
The procedure is below the skin, so it's performed blindly.
Amazingly, after a grueling 50 minutes, Dmitry stitches up his chin. Remarkably, he's done it. Dr. Panfilov has successfully removed his own double chin.
Tutto finito.
I was pushed by my endorphins so much that I didn't realize any pains.
Just 3 weeks after having sucked out 4 ounces of fat, Dmitry reveals the incredible results.
I didn't become Richard Gere or Brad Pitt, but I feel better without my double chin.
This modified baby shoe may look very familiar to some of our more loyal viewers out there. It belongs to a character we profiled a little while back. She was being trained to help the visually impaired. Okay, here's a clue. She could be wearing one of these instead. Tonight, Ripley's is proud to help Cuddles the miniature seeing eye horse find a new home in tonight's unbelievable update.
For years, visually impaired people have relied on everything from canes to canines to help guide them through their daily lives. And although seeing eye dogs are as popular as ever, one blind man is taking a step in a new direction. You see, Dan Shaw is the world's very first recipient of a seeing eye horse.
Good girl.
Dan Shaw lives in Ellsworth, Maine, and grew up like any other kid. But when he was only a teenager, routine eye tests revealed a horrible situation. Dan was going blind.
When I was 17 years old, I found out I had an eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa.
Over time, the disease, for which there is no cure, progressed. Dan got on with life the best he could, working and eventually getting married. But his eyesight finally got so bad, he needed help just to get around. So Dan and his wife Ann began looking for a seeing eye dog. But little did the couple know that Dan's life was about to take a miraculous turn due to an uncanny coincidence.
We were sitting down doing an application for a guide dog when the show Ripley's Believe It or Not was on the air, and it showed a couple from North Carolina, Jan and Don Burleson, and they were training a mini horse for a guide. And Dan said to me, Ian, that's for me. I want that.
Discovering that Dan was a horse lover at heart, the Burlesons decided to make Dan their very first customer. After receiving training on how to feed and take care of the guide animal, Dan became the proud recipient of Cuddles, his own miniature seeing eye horse. But why a horse?
We noticed the horses would pay attention to the traffic flow. They would stop for the red lights. They would go when it was green, and they were always aware of the traffic patterns.
In addition, horses have added benefits over dogs. For example, Cuddles has a 350-degree field of vision, over 30% more than a dog. And the hay she eats costs less than $10 a month. And Dan claims that Cuddles is even housebroken.
She'll go to the door, she'll tap on the floor at the door, and if I don't answer her, she'll tap and she'll neigh.
After more than a year with Cuddles, Dan is once again able to get around town without a hitch. And the two never fail to get a reaction.
How come the horse has to wear shoes?
She wears sneakers because without the sneakers, she'd be like Bambi on ice.
So whether it's navigating a sidewalk, crossing a street, doing a little shopping, or even climbing a long set of stairs to the top of City Hall, Dan and Cuddles handle it with ease.
Good girl.
But most importantly, a horse has a lifespan of 25 to 35 years. A crucial factor when you consider that Dan will most likely spend the rest of his life with Cuddles by his side.
Since I've had Cuddles, I've not bumped into one thing. I've not tripped over one sidewalk curb. I've not even brushed up against anybody. And we've been through everything together, and we've been around everywhere. This is the beginning of a long relationship. Where are we going?
Since we aired Cuddles' story, the Burlesons' waiting list has tripled. Now they're training 3 horses to become seeing eye guides. Don't go away. There's more unbelievable stories headed your way.
Next, Ripley's takes you inside one of the world's strangest art galleries, where every intricate sculpture is created from a corpse. Plus, he's unlike any other 2-year-old in the world. See how one rough and tumble toddler is already tearing it up on a skateboard. Also, you'll flip when you see what the dog with the world's longest tongue can do. And which of these watermelons are real and which one's painted on a pregnant woman's belly. See how one artist is delivering the ultimate illusion when Ripley's returns. Stories you can't imagine, people you won't believe. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
While the average 2-year-old spends the day learning to color, playing on swings, or just trying to get around, little Evan Wasser's day is quite different. Because believe it or not, Evan's amazing balance and coordination make him the world's youngest skateboarder. When Evan was only a year and a half old, his mom noticed that he was watching the neighborhood kids skateboard.
His sisters had a skateboard and he'd pick it up and just start skateboarding on it around the house. It was funny.
And while Evan took immediately to skateboarding, it was a bit scary for Mom and Dad.
I couldn't watch it because I'm, and I just had to leave because it was so intense. But he always got up and he was fine.
When he does fall, Evan picks himself up and unbelievably gets right back on his board.
I'm really amazed at what he does.
And Evan just keeps getting better. After only a year of practice, he never fails to amaze onlookers. Because this baby skates with the big boys. And he's always working on risky new moves.
People are very blown away by this little tiny guy displaying this amazing amount of balance. They're in amazement.
Sarah Perry loves bones. First she finds them, then she cleans them, next she bleaches them, and then she does this. Watch.
Most artists get their best ideas from everyday life. But sculptor Sarah Perry finds her inspiration in death. Believe it or not, Sarah creates beautiful, one-of-a-kind sculptures like these using only bone. Two years ago, she was walking in the desert when she saw an old pile of sun-bleached animal bones. Something clicked.
You can't help but look at them and think, wow, what an interesting shape.
Sarah wondered if she could make art out of the remains. Soon, she was spending her days searching for supplies, bringing back bones by the truckful.
I can just see bones. Wherever they are, I will see them.
Some bones are so small, she needs tweezers to handle them. Like the mice bones she finds in hairballs coughed up by birds of prey. For Sarah's larger sculptures, she works with bones from livestock.
I only use animals that are already dead.
First, Sarah uses flesh-eating maggots to strip the bones clean. Next, she sands them. Then, they're arranged into position and the bones are attached using various adhesives and screws. Finally, she turns them into this. From a whimsical tornado made of over 1,500 tiny mice bones to this ornate staircase, or this giant 9-foot rocket ship, consisting of hundreds of horse and cattle bones that all fit together like an overgrown jigsaw puzzle.
It's an amazing, awesome piece of sculpture, and it's very original.
When I finish a piece, when it's complete, I feel relief. Just relief, because usually it's a long haul.
And if you're interested in having a bone sculpture of your very own, all of Sarah's artwork is for sale, and art collectors have shelled out thousands for her work, with this one expected to sell for as much as $50,000. Believe it or not.
Ripley's world of unbelievable animals.
There you go, Brandy.
John Shayed's dog Brandy is truly one of a kind. She can't catch a football or fetch a frisbee.
Brandy, come here. Brandy, come here.
But she can do this. Believe it or not, this boxer has the world's longest tongue.
She gets a tan line in the summertime because it hangs out so long.
It was 1995 when John found Brandy at a breeder near the family home in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. And though just a pup, Brandy's tongue was already impressive.
We were told that Brandy was going to grow into her tongue, and it became very apparent that that was not going to happen.
As Brandy grew, so did her tongue. John took her to a series of vets to make sure nothing was wrong.
I've talked to 2 or 3 vets on it, and the most common thing that they've said to me is, what the heck's the matter with your dog's tongue? And I always say, you're the vet, why are you asking me?
With a tongue hanging twice as long as the average canines, this big lapdog is healthy. But she does have a hard time keeping her mouth closed.
Brandy has an abnormally large tongue, but the muscle control in her tongue is a little bit laxed, so it relaxes a lot farther than a normal dog.
Come on. At rest, Brandy's tongue measures an amazing 7 inches. But because dogs cool themselves by panting, on a hot day, her tongue expands to a mind-blowing 15 inches. A fact bystanders never fail to notice.
That's one weird dog.
And while some would consider 15 inches of tongue something of a handicap, it does have its advantages.
Let the pops go on.
For instance, Brandy is the only dog in the world that can drink from the bottom of an 8-inch glass.
You don't trust her?
You ever seen a dog drink out of a glass?
No.
Yeah, give him a kiss. While Brandy's huge tongue naturally means drool, lots of drool to deal with, her family loves her anyway. And with one swipe of her one-of-a-kind tongue, Brandy lets them know the feeling is mutual.
Give me a kiss of Brander. Who your daddy?
She doesn't have a mean-spirited bone in her body. She's a lover. I mean, Brandy's one of the family, and she's just spoiled rotten.
The human body is capable of doing extraordinary things, and most of us never push ourselves or our bodies to our full potential. But Ashley Cowan pushed herself beyond everyone's wildest dreams.
15-year-old Ashley Cowan is taking on a challenge to set a new Ripley's record. This brave Canadian teen is attempting to become the youngest person to swim the 12 miles across the frigid waters of Lake Erie. And what makes this feat even more incredible is that Ashley, believe it or not, is missing half of her arms and legs.
I looked my mom straight in the eye and I go, I want to do that. And she goes to me, she goes, Ashley, you'll never do that. And I go, well, I'll prove you wrong.
A fighter all her life, Ashley was born a healthy baby with all of her limbs intact. But tragically, at the age of 2, she contracted the deadly disease meningitis. To save her life, doctors were forced to amputate Ashley's arms and legs. When she was 5 years old, Ashley was ice skating, balancing on prosthetic legs while winning competitions. Now a popular high school student, Ashley, who uses a motorized scooter to get around, has more friends than she can count.
I do all the things teenagers do. I'm on the phone all the time, mainly with boys. I go shopping at malls. I go makeup shopping.
But today, even Ashley will be pushed to her limits as she attempts to become the youngest person to swim across Lake Erie. It's a daunting task that regularly defeats older, able-bodied swimmers. But Ashley is ready. For the past year, she's been training with her mentor, legendary marathon swimmer Vicki Keith, a woman who has set 14 world records of her own.
I knew that she was someone special. I knew that she was going to be able to do what she set her mind to. It was just a matter of timing.
It's 9 o'clock on a cold winter's morning. Ashley is set. Dipping into the chilly water, she's off. Pumping her body towards her goal 12 grueling miles away. Mile after painful mile, Ashley swims. The hours pass. Now in darkness, Ashley swims in her own world as her coach shouts encouragement.
Come on, Ashley, we're with you. We're out here with you.
Okay.
She wouldn't take it.
You're the big story.
It's only the first stage. I think we'll live.
Finally, after 13 torturous hours and unaware that she only has half a mile to go, Ashley has had enough, and she begs to be pulled from the water. But Ashley and her coach made an agreement before the swim. Unless her life was at stake, don't let her stop.
We're all waiting for you, Ashley.
Amazingly, gathering the strength from her coach and the crowd cheering her from the shore, Ashley summons up her last remaining bit of courage and pushes forward, inch by grueling inch. Incredibly, at 11 o'clock p.m., Ashley Cowan at last touches land. But to make the record count, Ashley must crawl out of the water unassisted. After 14 hours in the bitter, cold water, Ashley is understandably exhausted. A stretcher is standing by for paramedics to check her vital signs.
Vicky, did you have any doubts?
No, you know what? I knew she had it in her heart all the way. I knew it, and she did it. She was amazing.
What's the next event?
Sleep!
After McDonald's.
After McDonald's.
It's an unbelievable accomplishment, and Ashley is grateful for the coach who never let her quit.
At the end of my swim, I wanted to get out, and I kept asking Vicky, please take me out. But she would not take me out because what she realized, that every time I said I wanted out, I would take another stroke further. So she knew right down in my heart that I did not want to get out.
And while she's thankful for the support, Ashley knows that the real strength to complete her record-breaking 12-mile swim came from within.
I know physically that I'm disabled, but mentally I'm just like anybody else. I can do everything like anybody else. Of course, yes, I have to do it a different way, but some way or another I'm able to do it like them, or maybe even better than them.
After Ashley recharged with a well-deserved burger and some sleep, she decided that she now wants to swim the English Channel. Well, we here at Ripley's wish her the best of luck.
Next, this holy man will risk his very sight to prove a painful point. Can he pluck surgical needles out of sand using only his eyes? Find out in tonight's unbelievable act. Plus, it's down to male versus female in the world's strangest endurance test. And would you wear slacks that are slit down the backside? The unique new fashion trend when Ripley's returns. Most people find it difficult threading the eye of a needle. But in southern India, there's a man who has learned to do the unthinkable. Believe it or not, K. Suresh actually picks up needles using just his eye. A temple dancer by profession, K. Suresh is hired by villagers facing troubled times. They hope his display of inner calmness will please God and bring them better luck. Now, his expression of faith includes shocking examples of body control. To begin, he meditates, focusing all of his energy.
And full of concentration. This is important.
Then, in a demonstration so dangerous, it should never be attempted at home, this devotee gently bends down, and though one mistake could puncture his delicate cornea and permanently blind him, he lightly grasps the needle with his eyelids. Years of discipline enable him to remain calm and steady, despite the needle only millimeters from piercing his eye. Next, he rises, moving slowly. He releases the needle into a heap of sand, never failing to impress onlookers. And though this process is extremely risky, K. Suresh has spent the past 10 years praying for this ability and practicing daily.
No fear.
Now, that's an unbelievable act of faith.
Imagine having to live in a chair just like this, 10 feet in the air as part of a contest. The rules are simple. You have to sit, eat, and sleep on the uncomfortable perch longer than everybody else. Last year's winner held out for 167 days. Well, Ripley's was there for this year's pole-sitting competition.
It's the ultimate couch potato endurance test. These people have been sitting 24 hours a day for 7 days a week. And believe it or not, they've been up there for over 6 months. The pole-sitting craze began in the United States over 70 years ago. Since spreading to Europe, an annual competition has become a tradition at Heidi Park in Hamburg, Germany. The basic rules are simple. Contestants sit on a narrow platform atop a 10-foot-high wooden pole, day and night, until just one is left. This year's participants are looking to break the current world record of 167 days. That's over 5 months of sitting, all for a grand prize of $17,500. The contest begins during the blistering hot summer and continues into the bitter cold winter. No leaning is allowed, because if contestants aren't squarely seated, sensors sound an alarm and they're disqualified. Eating, drinking, and sleeping are all done on the pole. Every 2 hours, the contestants are given an official break. They must take care of everything within the allotted 10 minutes. If they're not back and seated in time, again, they're disqualified. 39 days into the competition, and the first of 9 contestants calls it quits. One by one, they drop. Until after 3 grueling months, there are only 3 contestants left. The lone female, Cordula Straub, is feeling strong. In fact, she times her breaks so she can get in a little exercise. Some comforts are allowed. There's TV, visitors, telephones, even handheld computers. And a doctor is standing by in case of any medical emergencies. Finally, after 160 days, one of the 3, Wilko Yashki, decides he can't handle any more and drops out. That leaves only Cordula and her foe, Roland Meyer. Day after day passes. The 2 easily break the old record of 167 consecutive days. Now the question becomes, who wants it more? After more than 2,000 bathroom breaks, 29 rainy nights, and temperatures now dipping below zero, with 184 days completed, Cordula and Roland decide to call it quits together. But Roland didn't use up all his breaks taking showers. And he's actually 48 hours ahead of Cordula, making him the new pole-sitting world record holder. And after 6 months of sitting, Cordula will have to wait till next year for another shot at winning the grueling competition.
The fad of pole sitting hit its peak back in the 1920s here in America, along with goldfish swallowing and getting crammed into a phone booth with flexible young co-eds. Although maybe we should revisit that one.
This artist is turning people's stomachs into amazing one-of-a-kind works of art. And the fashion-forward pants with a revealing backside view. We get to the bottom of these racing new cleavage jeans next. Enter Robert Ripley's archives.
Ripley, leave it or not. Leave it or not.
The year is 1951. Lumberjacks in the Pacific Northwest risked life and limb climbing 200-foot-tall trees, using nothing but ropes wrapped around their waists. Sawing for hours on end, they dodged falling branches, all the while clinging to the swaying tree trunks. And getting home from work is almost as tough as their job is. Because after a long day, they have to hitch a 3-mile ride home on, what else? One of the logs.
Leave it or not.
This clear plastic cylinder is the only one of its kind, and soon will become a necessity for every serious outdoorsman. It is a magnet-powered flashlight, so you'll never need batteries again. Just shake it and shine. The removable lens is also a magnifying glass. It's convenient for starting a campfire on a sunny day. And if you ever get lost, just float this bad boy in water or suspend it with a shoelace. And it's a compass, because unbelievably, this flashlight will always point north, thanks to its magnet. Now, take a look at this.
This artist is known for creating the most amazing visual illusions. Because, believe it or not, what looks like a basketball is actually a belly. Lori Trojas Steinfeld has built a reputation transforming bare walls into brick, marbleizing mantles, and changing ordinary countertops into granite. Recreating textures and objects so perfectly, it's hard to tell the real from the painted.
I've been trained in trying to fool the eye for many years.
Now she'll attempt a brand new kind of visual deception, because today she's painting on a living canvas, creating one-of-a-kind keepsakes on the stomachs of these very pregnant moms-to-be. First, Lori chooses her subject matter. Then she starts dabbing the water-based paint onto the protruding stomachs. As always, Lori works carefully. Fooling the eye requires precise brushwork.
The way to make something look real or tangible is really shading and lighting, highlighting.
After Lori paints the basic shape of the object, she begins adding layer upon layer of color, constantly adjusting to her model's movements.
When you're painting a belly, it's really just about their breathing and being ticklish.
Once the painting is complete, Lori adds a finishing touch.
This is a spray sealer, and this will just allow it to last a couple days.
Finally able to take a good look at her new bedazzling belly, this future mom is amazed by the results.
It'd be good for a family portrait. If you have other children, they can participate in it too, along with mom. And if dad has a gut too.
For Lori, delivering great art is all in a day's work.
It was really easy to do the belly art. The babies kicked every now and again, so I had to watch the fine lines. But it was really basically just the same. Easy.
I wonder if it works with a beer belly.
Next, the daring new clothesline that comes with a view to a thrill. And the sordid story behind the fork used to eat human flesh. Join us as we make our way through the Ripley's vault. Next. Amazing stories and unbelievable people. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
It's the fashion world's latest look. Sexy, hip-hugger jeans made to be worn as low as they can possibly go. But Ripley's found one company that's taking the trend to a shocking new level. Believe it or not, introducing cleavage jeans. These dungarees are made to leave little to the imagination.
They should be worn low. They're deliberately designed to be baggy, which goes back to the roots, if you like, of the builder's jeans, which were traditionally very baggy.
London-based denim manufacturer Lee Cooper set out to create the ultimate in risque wear. A bold fashion statement that company spokesman Kevin Midcut acknowledges isn't for everyone.
You'd be looking at somebody here who wants to make a statement about themselves, that they're quite individual, they've got a sense of fun in their life.
Even professional models who regularly see and wear it all are a little surprised by the rear-view display.
What I thought, wow.
I think the only people who would wear jeans like that are people who are craving a lot of attention.
And it's a given. These jeans, with their cheeky appeal, never fail to attract attention wherever they're worn. But if you want to expose yourself in a pair of cleavage jeans, you'll have to travel to London to buy them. They're available at finer boutiques for about $100 US. Believe it or not.
Some of the objects here in the Ripley's vault are not for those with a weak stomach. Take this unusually ornate wooden utensil, for example. The inhabitants of the Fiji Islands used this back in the 1800s. The inhabitants were cannibals, but they considered it taboo to eat a corpse with one's hands. So they used a 3, or in this case, a 4-tined fork to twist the roasted flesh off the bone. This photo was taken in 1932, and it documents Robert Ripley himself dining with a cannibal chief who was proud to claim that he had eaten 932 human beings. Unbelievable? Believe it.
It seemed a perfect place to grow up. But behind closed doors lived evils so unspeakable, no one dared cry for help. Modern Family's Nolan Gould.
Go, you're hurting me! Ah!
In the Chiller original film.
Help me!
You shouldn't play where you're not invited. Gould. World television premiere Friday at 9. Only on Chiller. Scary good.